All right, we're rolling.
Okay.
And
So today,
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?
hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Reddit on Reddit. I'm Fernando.
I'm Freddy.
All right, you guys. So I had searched the for the perfect Reddit on Reddit today, and this one comes from the archives. Well, not even the archives. It just comes from the AITA field, which is "Am I the a-hole?" All right, so am I the a-hole for paying for my dog's expensive surgery while my girlfriend is unemployed? Okay, so this Reddit is so my dog is 4 years old and I just found out she has cancer. The vet said that it was caught early, and with surgery and chemotherapy, it is very likely that she'll have a full recovery and live a full life like she never had it. The only thing is that the estimates it would cost about $9,000 to $10,000 for the treatment. I don't have pet insurance, but instead I've been putting aside $100 a week into a separate bank account just in case something like this ever happened. Now, when I told my girlfriend of 2 years about my dog, she asked what I was going to do, since it's not like she had expected me to have that kind of money laying around. And if I hadn't been saving money specifically for my dog, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford her treatment. When I told her about the money and that I was going to be paying for the surgery, she was very upset. She didn't know I had the account, and two, I'd be spending so much money when she's out of a job and struggling. She moved in with me a few months ago and doesn't have to pay any rent. We haven't really discussed finances that much, but I know being laid off has really hurt her. She thinks that I shouldn't spend it on the dog and wants me to save the money for if or when we get married or have kids. I told her that I'm going to do it and I'm going to schedule my dog's treatment soon. With all this happening, neither of us have been able to spend time away from each other, so we haven't said much in the past 24 hours. And she's still upset that I'm picking my dog over our future. Am I the a hole for spending so much money on my dog? Now, I do want to throw out that this was posted yesterday, so which is Tuesday, April the 21st. So it is in the middle of, the whole coronavirus outbreak when so many people are losing their jobs, people are unemployed. So originally when I read it, I was like, okay, well, this girl lost her job. Well, she lost her job because of corona. So it's not like something else or she was being lazy or she got fired. She got laid off because her company couldn't keep her on. So, that was one of the big things for me. I'm like, oh wow, okay. So, she's living with her boyfriend rent free. Okay, but she lost her job because of corona. What do you think?
uh, this is such a moral dilemma because
I
instead
know.
instead of this is really the perfect "Am I the A?" Because uh, like first of all, I always try to situate myself in the same situation. Like this is my kitty P, and ironically, yesterday I was like, "What if Kitty P got cancer?" Um, oh,
Well, so there
10
was a couple of
but
things.
but
Nine to ten
$10,000 is
thousand.
a lot of money, and that's not even a
I
guarantee that
know.
the animal will live.
Right. Right. That's what that's in my notes. Like that's what I had said. So one of my first things that I was wondering, I'm like, well, what's his job? What does this guy do? How much money does this guy make? She
Not
was like
much.
not thinking that he didn't have that kind of money laying around. But if you can
Yeah.
put $100 a week aside into this account, that's $400 a month, like $200 a paycheck. I mean, he's got to
Yeah.
make a, an okay amount of money, and
In this
but
economy, the way my brain works, in this economy, in this current situation, the global situation, and what with the amount of money he can get just by investing that $10,000, because right now in a bear market, the stock prices are, I mean, if you can choose the proper way to invest your money, he could turn that 10 into 100 or more
right. But I mean,
thousand.
that's with longevity and
Yeah, yeah, but
but
this is again going back to, this is a dog. This dog is not going to live forever. The dog
right.
will die. This is a part of life, and I think a lot of times when we refuse to accept death, we try to prolong it, even if it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be a better life for an animal or even a person. And sometimes I
Right.
think if we were less about obsessed about living and continuing life when everything comes to end, because you and I everyone watching this, everyone who will eventually watch this, will be dead one day. It's
Right.
scary to think, but it no one ever talks about that. And if we learn to accept death more and celebrate our lives while we're living, we wouldn't be in these spots where we're like, "Oh, I need to save my dog and spend $10,000 to do a treatment
Well,
that that's." I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love, 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 love my animal. Really do love my animal. I laugh to myself sometimes because I'll be cooking in the kitchen and I'll be like, "Kitty P, I love you." Because she walks into the room and she rubs against my leg. And I'm just like, "Kitty P, I love you." So,
so I mean, other things like I was thinking about too, like when I had asked, what is his job? Like, what does he do? How much money is he making? But what if he gets laid off from his job? Like what if they both
ooh,
become unemployed?
yep.
Then what? He just took this 10 grand that he had and put it into his dog. Well, what if it meant it to be longer? What if, it costs more? What if the cancer comes back? Like, and like you had said,
Or
it's not
what
a
if the dog
guarantee,
dies?
right?
But
What
but
if
but the
what's
the
that?
biggest thing that someone should put is, do you realize that most of the time you can negotiate lower rates for things like that? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
$9,000 is a lot of money for a dog to have chemotherapy, or I don't know, was that the treatment, was chemotherapy or what?
it was, I believe it was a surgery and chemo. But
And the dog could end up just not, because I had a friend who had this, who had a beautiful Great Dane whose, spleen, something happened with the spleen, I think it turned over or something, and then the dog died in surgery.
oh,
So, even
but
though
if the
they
dog
put all
dies
this
in
money.
surgery,
Yeah,
like, I
but then you
mean,
still have to
if
pay the
it dies in
9,000.
well, it's the 9,000 was for the entire course of the treatment. So for
Yeah,
the
but
chemo as
that
well. And so,
they
I
always
mean, I don't
find
know
a
how
way to
much the
take it.
surgery is going to cost, but they're not going to take the entire amount. I mean, they would probably charge them a couple of thousand, but I think that the majority of the money is going to cost for the like extended treatment because it's going to take time, you know. But
Yeah, but
I had a few more questions too that like were very like unanswered and there was no edits. But what would happen if the dog didn't have the surgery and didn't have the chemo? Like, what is the dog's life expectancy and what kind of life would this dog at that point live?
how old was the dog?
4 years old.
But what kinda dog was it?
It didn't say,
Because I was thinking, what if this is like one of the large breeds where the life expectancy is about 7 years?
right?
So
So
it's
he
just like,
spends that.
yeah, so you spend that, but I think the girlfriend is out of work, and in this current environment, we don't know what businesses are going to go under or stay opened, or because they're saying a lot of these restaurants and fast food places are also going to close. So, I mean, the ripple effect, all the sporting games, all the people working those sporting arenas, those jobs are going to be gone as well because there's going to be no more crowds. So I mean, we're not wrapping our minds around how many people are really going to lose their jobs eventually. So I think in this, any other time, I might say try to negotiate a lower rate, try to go to a different vet who, because there are low cost vets, try to do something like that, and
Yeah.
try to get that cost down. But I don't
Second
think in
opinion.
this environment, yeah, really a second opinion, because a lot of people don't do that with animals, and they should.
Yeah. But and
Because
also like so in 4 years he did 10 grand, right? He saved $10,000 in 4 years. So if you were to wait 2 more years, you know,
hold on, let's do that math. He said 10,000 in 4
yeah,
years?
he said that he put $100 aside. So you should have
Oh,
more than
yeah,
that.
okay.
He
Well, he
probably
might
has
have had to.
he has more money than that then because he's having what over $5,000 a year. So he
No,
probably has like, well, there's
in 4
52 weeks
years,
a year.
it's 250,000 a year.
No, he's
Look,
putting
take
$100
no, but look,
aside. There's 52
take
weeks.
no, you take 10,000, you divide that into 4 because that's 4 years, so that's
Mhm.
250,000 a year. Or sorry, 250,000, 2,500 a year.
But it didn't say that
10,000
he had
in 4
10,000
years.
aside. he said that he has the money because he's been putting the money aside. So he's been putting
Oh, okay.
$100 aside a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. So he has $5,220 a year times 4 years. He has $20,800 in that
800.
account. Yeah,
Oh.
$20,800. Like, but could you imagine, like, if he were to wait like another, if he were to continue to do that, putting the money in, like he already has $20,000. He has a down payment for a house. Come on.
Well, not in Orange County.
No, well, I mean, he has
Not in
mortgage,
California.
like that amount of money he could put down and he could buy a house. I mean, $20,000. If you were to
Maybe
wait
some
a
of
little
them
while
Midwest.
longer, I mean, if you were to
Um,
wait another 2 years, he would have 30,000. Like,
but then I guess that goes back to, remember, when you called me ugly and you offered me $200? So, I mean, it comes down to what's inside here, like, moral convictions and doing the right thing and saving your animal's life. I mean, it's a hard one to make. Like,
yeah.
I I probably couldn't do it for Kitty P though.
But and then
Well,
like
because Kitty
it
Kitty
goes
P is
into
about
saying,
15. So for me
oh
to
shoot,
spend 10,000 on chemo for Kitty P at this age would be foolish, because Kitty P is, I mean, usually these things don't happen to dogs that are in a younger health, I would imagine, because I've never had a dog who had cancer.
right? I haven't either. Well, at least that I knew about.
Yeah.
But also he's saying that his girlfriend wants him to save that money for their wedding and or if they have kids. So it's like she's thinking long term. She wants to marry him. She wants to have kids with him, and he's thinking, all right, well, I'm going to take care of my dog. So it's like
Oh, well,
it
she
makes
should have
it
said,
makes sense, but
well, he gave her answer already. She needs to find a new
right.
husband, boyfriend, because, he's willing to spend this money on on his dog and not getting married to you, and she's not even a fiancé, so I think it's pretty much,
But could
let
you
him spend the
imagine
money
like
and
finding out?
find, yeah.
Could you imagine finding out you've been dating somebody for 2 years and come to find out like, oh my gosh, they've been saving all this money like put aside just for their dog?
Well, if we're not married, yeah, because it's not my money.
And why is he putting $100 a week aside? How much is pet insurance? It's not that much.
I don't know. I've never thought to look. Let's take a quick look. Pet medical insurance cost. Let's see. Oh, the average cost is between 30 and $50 a month. Yeah, it would have been
So
cheaper just to get insurance.
I wonder what that insurance covers though, and like how much you would still have to pay out of pocket.
Let's see. Well, here's the breakdown from, well, this is from 2007. Um The AKC on average 11 insurers was 42.42, AKC 35, Pet First 34, Nationwide 33, Figo 31, Embrace 25. So it's
So I mean,
actually
we're thinking
even
like
cheaper.
30 to $50 a month. So
No,
I mean,
25 to 42. The average of 11 insurers was only
yeah.
$42 a month.
But I
So
mean, that's 12 years ago, so I'm sure,
no,
prices
no,
have
but
gone up, but
this was 2017.
oh, I thought you said 2007, I'm sorry.
Did I see? Oh no,
I thought
2017.
that's what you said. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
yeah, I don't know. So that's kinda crazy, he should have probably looked into pet insurance.
Yeah, but look at this one. High cost of veterinary medicine for dogs. Let's see. Cost without coverage. Ingesting a foreign body. Whoa, $7,500. Um,
And how much is it
and if
with the
you
pet
had,
insurance?
okay, if you had a zero deductible, 6,797. With the 500 deductible, 6,347. With the $1,000 deductible, 5,897 is what they would cover.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, those, I'm
covered.
sorry, I said
Okay.
it, yeah, that's what they would cover. So if you had
And
0
with the
deductible and you had
$0
the 100,
deductible, how much was it?
$6,797
Is
is
how
what they
much it
would
would
cover.
cover? Or how much? Oh, wow.
Yeah, how much they would cover for if a dog ate something and they needed to have surgery to remove it.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. So
I
I
didn't know
imagine that
medicine.
probably some of this would have been covered.
Listen to this.
What's that?
For
I lost you. Hey, you guys, welcome to the Fernando show. Freddie just looks confused. He was my guest on the show, but he decided to just hold a confused face for a little while and leave. So it's just me. What should we talk about, you guys? My arrow? Oh, okay. Looks like it's trying to stab me in the neck, huh? Oh. Hey, there's Freddie.
hold on
Welcome
one
back
second.
to the Fernando show.
Did you boot me up the show again?
Hey, welcome back to the Fernando show. Hey, here's our guest, Freddie. Okay. I don't know. That's so tough because I mean, yeah, it's your dog, and a lot of times, like a dog is part of your family. But you know what? As right now, I think you'd need to wait. Like, just kind of wait it out a little while, see how the economy turns, see how things look job wise, make sure that he doesn't lose his job. Um, and maybe talk to his girlfriend and get her on his side. Because I think that's going to be important, especially with her living with him right now and with everything going on. But that's really, 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 really hard. It's really tough.
Yeah. But
But
now with your dog, are you doing the 10,000? Are you
I would wait. Sorry, mom.
but I'm surprised on how expensive pet care is. Like it's insane. Like everything medical in the US is just insanely priced.
Yeah. So I don't know, especially with the way that everything is going right now, and uncertainty with jobs, and especially I don't know what that guy's doing, but I would definitely wait. I would wait it out a little while.
Yeah.
I know what you would do. You would say, "Sorry, Kitty P," and you would take that 10 grand and you would put it in the stock market.
No, I would say KP, I love you, KP. Or I always speak to KDP like this. KP, I love you. Um I really do. That's how I speak to her. And then I would say, Kitty P, can you give me some money so I can pay for this? I know I know you're a cat burglar. I need some of this funds that you're hiding somewhere.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks for joining us on another episode of Reddit on Reddit.
Reddit.
Make sure you guys, if you like our show, we'd love it if you subscribe. If you like today's content, if you would give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, Freddie, what should they do? We can't see. Just give us a thumbs down. In the comments down below, you can let us know what you think about the show. Let us know, what would you do?
Are you Team Fernando or Team Freddy? Let us know in the comments.
Thanks for joining us, you guys.
From the Fernando and Freddy show.
Why isn't my name first?